Okay, good evening, 888 Club. Welcome to our March's expert speaker evening. Now, we have an amazing lady for you tonight who is going to, well, she's going to tell you all about what she does, but her name is Michelle Louise, and she is pretty diverse in the things that she offers and the services that she can provide and the help that she can give to you in terms of helping you on your spiritual journey. So we're going to pop Michelle's details in the chat box once we've finished the recording. So if anybody would like to reach out to her or just make contact in any way with her, obviously, please feel free to do so, and she'd be delighted to hear from you. So rather than me prattling on, you don't want to hear me, you want to hear Michelle. So I am going to, without further ado, as they say, I am going to pass over and thank Michelle so much for being here and welcome her to this evening. Michelle, the 888 stage is yours.
Thank you, Amanda. Much appreciated. It's such a privilege to be here. And also, we're on International Women's Day as well. So it's quite a day for ladies. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic. So again, thank you for the opportunity. Hi, everybody. As Amanda says, my name is Michelle Louise. There is a reason that I give my middle name as my introduction, and we'll go through that in a sec. It's just easier. Okay. My business is Angelic Healing. A little bit about me. I am an advanced clinical hypnotherapist and a master teacher healer. I specialize in emotional weight loss and emotional guidance for your emotional well-being, so that you can lose all the, am I allowed to say crap? Can I say that? All the shares and all the crap and all the hassle and everything that's going on in the world off your mind, so that it will fall off your body, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, so that you can be your gorgeous, unapologetic, authentic goddess self. How about that?
Wow,
so
amazing.
So how do I do that, and why do I do it? Well, as an advanced clinical hypnotherapist, I'm fascinated with the subconscious mind. But as a master healer, I'm also very much into the energetic body, the body's ability to heal itself. And I like to teach people how to think and heal themselves happy. So that's my strapline. That comes from think, the subconscious, heal, obviously the body's ability to heal itself, and the desired outcome for you to be happy, to live in a place of love, of joy, of gratitude, of appreciation, of high vibrational frequency in your flow, manifesting exactly what you're dreaming about. That's my bag. So when I first got into this, I have to say, I woke up during my first divorce, because yes, there's been few, and that might be a clue as to why my name is Michelle Louise. I've got 3 husbands under the patio, so I've been waking up along the way. So rather than keep changing all my marketing material to these different surnames, I just go by Michelle Louise now, because that's me. And I have to say, my absolute hero is Louise Hay. And Louise Hay, her birthday is the 8th of October, and so is mine. So she, for me, is my spirit angel. And Louise Hay, my maiden name is actually Hayes, so Louise Hay. So you see, that's my little thing that just keeps me going. I've been working on Louise Hay kind of books and scripts and YouTube for so many years. I think she actually saved my life. So a lot of what I teach comes from the Louise Hay work. So if you've never come across Louise Hay before, get on YouTube, do a little search. There is so much content and material, and it's fantastic. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do with that as well. Okay, so I have a little toolbox. Well, actually, it's a huge toolbox, because since I woke up from my first divorce, which was 2001, I was 32. And I had a 3-year-old little boy. So suddenly becoming a single parent, coming out, we were in the pub trade. We ran pubs and restaurants for big breweries, and we were troubleshooters. So we used to do the refurbishment. So it was very busy, not quite the environment for a child. However, it brought the relationship to an end. So let's just say, Mike, I was employing gorgeous staff for him to play with. So that came to the end of that. So yeah, first divorce wasn't very pleasant. They never are. They're very much emotional, especially with a 3-year-old child. And I went back into the corporate world, a very busy and responsible job. And that's where really my journey started. I'd had very stressful day, running around, making sure I was having to pick my son up, getting ready for work, one thing and another, bringing work home, your mind somewhere else, all sorts of targets and responsibility. And I crashed my car. And that really brought, I think that was the universe actually slowing me down, because I think from that divorce, from being a single parent, being in this job, I was on some kind of mission of something to prove. So I was permanently on the go. And that was the universe saying to me, stop, you've not been listening. I'm going to slow you down. So I didn't have all sorts of injuries, but I really did have serious whiplash. I thought my head was going to fall off. And I tried to continue and battle through it. But no, at some point I couldn't even bend my head to reach my hand to meet the fork for the food, to raise my hand higher to feed myself. It was a bad way. But nothing seemed to help with the pain, nothing. No physiotherapy or whatever treatment, massage. And somebody said to me, go and have a Reiki. And I was like, a what? A who? But I went, I was open. And that for me started everything. It just changed my life completely. I was going to my safe house, to Reiki Ray in a place called Lee, Leigh, bless him. Real traditional guy. His whole house was just full of fairies and angels and crystals and tarot and beautiful things. And it was a safe place. And everything really I released and let go, not just for the car accident. It was to do with that divorce, all the emotions that I'd been holding on to, all that anger. And when my Reiki master, when he'd said to me, you need to send him love, I was like, send him love. I'll be sending him something, but it won't be love. I did not get it, obviously, back then. Years later, to cut a long story short, I've continued my Reiki journey. At first, it was just for me. I never thought I would ever be a practitioner. It was for my personal healing journey. You know, there was a lot of emotion to work through there, and that continued. So I did the level 2 to become a practitioner. Although didn't become a practitioner, I found the attunements was what heightened my awareness. What really woke me up was to make me really start protecting my own energy and start thinking, no, the power is within. I can do this. The self-belief really came through from there. And I was a determined little bugger. There's not much that would hold me back, because I felt that I was held in such a safe space and I was no longer alone, and I was guided and protected. I believed in the universe would put things in my path, and it certainly did. And I've never looked back, 20 odd years. I'm attuned. I got addicted to attunements. I'm attuned to everything going. So yeah, and now as a Reiki master teacher, a master healer, spiritual healing, I'm a spiritual minister, a soul midwife, a goddess healer, a Metatron healer, Reiki Seikem, Angelic Reiki, the list goes on. And it's all now just healing. It's just healing. So when I come to see my clients, I feel whoever I need to invoke will just come naturally, because it's not us, is it? The healing comes through us and to you. Yeah, through you and to you. So once you make that connection, your energy field becomes one. So I tend to feel whatever's going on in the body of the person I'm working on, but you see them as whole and complete. And although we've had the story when they first arrive, I've got this ache and this pain and this happened and the other happened, you see them as pure and whole and full of love, and that's your intention. And then I just invite the guys and say, let's do this, and get out the way and let the healing take place. So over the years, I've really added to that toolbox. So it doesn't matter who's walking through that door. I know there'll be something in that toolbox for you, because everything starts with you, and I'm living proof. I've gone through 3 divorces. There's a lot of emotional roller coasters there, and it could have gone one way or the other, being a busy single parent. Everything starts again. Your home, your friends, job to job. It's very expensive to keep doing this as well. So financially, you're on your Todd. So it could go either way. I could have gone down a route of woe is me, feeling like the victim. But no, I felt empowered. I was able to say, this contract with this person is over now. I'm done. I can walk away with grace and with love, and know that I've learned from that experience. and I can let it go. And that is something that doesn't come overnight. That comes with time. Yeah. But it's an amazing feeling, because that go back to that divorce number one all those years ago. And I was carrying that burning piece of coal inwards. Who was that hurting? Just me. So once you do learn to release and let go and to forgive, it doesn't matter whose fault it was, what happened. You just need to release it and let it go so that you can be free. And you are vibrating at a completely different frequency. You know, when we're in that state of fight in fear, your energy body is contracting. Your shoulders are coming in to protect your heart, all those energy layers, your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual body, everything that's held and stored in those layers is going and it will take your breath away. Yeah. But when you're in a place of love and joy and appreciation and gratitude, those energy layers are expanding and you are open and ready to receive. Your energy is flowing, your chakras are in balance. I've got goose pimples, that's resonating with so many of you. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy that you can manifest all day long from that place of flow. All day long, but you will never manifest anything from a place of fear. It's resistance. So there's so many of us put ourselves, as women especially, last on our own list. We're women, we nurture. We've done that from our ancestors. But back in time, we were able to put ourselves first and know and understand that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You know, you have to give yourself that love to be able to have the love within to then share with others, or you're just depleting, you're running on empty. And this is where I really focus on that self-love, that self-care, because over time we've been reprogrammed and led to believe we only express our joy and we suppress everything else in the fear, especially on social media, because it can be perceived as failure. And it's not. Emotions are just emotions. You know, we were given these emotions by our creator as cavemen and women, as an innate navigation system. It's your body talking to you. But if you're too busy and you can't see the wood for the trees, you know, red mist, you miss the signs from your body. You miss those signs. And quite often you'll say, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I could kick myself, because those signs were there, but we just weren't present enough. We just weren't balanced enough to take enough notice or pick up on it. And that's your body talking to you. So these are the kind of tools I've learned over so much time, is to really recognize where am I feeling? Where am I in this emotional guidance scale? Which emotions are coming up and why? What have I been thinking about? Worse still, what I've been telling myself? Because there's a key to this. When I had started to learn about hypnotherapy, I was so fascinated with the subconscious mind, and the connection between mind and body is so powerful, so powerful. When you have a thought, instantly your subconscious gives you the vision connected to the thought. You don't have to do anything, the vision will just come. But then your body matches it as instantly with the emotion connected to the vision, connected to the thought. And that then will shape your actions, your attitudes, and your behaviors. So if your dominant thoughts, the thoughts you're having more often than not, are of a low vibrational energy, recalling that first divorce for me, that awful experience, then they're going to be my dominant emotions. And that's going to have a massive impact on my motivation, what action I might take, how I might move forward, or whether I get stuck. And we all tend to get stuck. Now, the problem is once you go into this fear, you are releasing your cortisol. And cortisol is the hormone of fear, of fight, and it sits on the belly. Cortisol sits on the belly. So there's so many people that come through for my emotional weight loss program, expecting to lose weight, thinking about what am I eating? Am I doing exercise? Can you help me with my lifestyle? And the first thing we're working on is, what do you need to release? What do you need to let go? What do you need to forgive? What triggers you? What emotions are you sitting in fear? Where is that cortisol sitting for you, and why is it there? Let's do some healing. Let's do some self-love. Let's do some work on you, because we're always looking on the outside for the answers, and they're always within. They are always within. The power is within. That's one of the very, very, very special things about the law of attraction. It's always working. So if your subconscious is listening to everything you say, it's believing everything you are saying or thinking, be it out loud or in your mind. And it will take that as a direct instruction from you to you in black and white. It doesn't perceive right or wrong, good from bad, safe or otherwise, positive from negative, sorry. It just gives you exactly what you're asking for. Just like that. Because it has one job. One job is to keep you safe. And so by being so obedient, it's doing exactly that. It's doing exactly that. It's very fascinating once you get into that, the mind and the body, and then bring your universal laws into that as well. It's a great mix, and energy, vibration, frequency, it's all the connection. So for me, I don't think of the universe as being throwing it out there, because I know you are the universe. You're the unit. Your body's listening as the universe. So what you're asking for, you're asking yourself for, is what your body's going to give you back. So for example, if you are an athlete and your knee's gone on you, swelled up, it's, you've hurt yourself, you come in for healing, first thing you're saying is, this bloody stupid knee has let me down, or the weight loss ladies, look at this belly, they're absolutely appalled with this belly sat on the knee. Well, poor knee and poor belly is doing this from the inside. It's not going to heal for you if it's feeling berated. It's not kind. But it's what we do. It's actually what we do. And, and I learned this from another personal experience, having a health scare that come from divorce number 3. Divorce number 3, we had no physical relationship whatsoever. There was a complete, I felt so rejected, self-esteem so low, went to some really dark places there, feeling that disconnection, feeling so alone in a relationship. I'd rather be on my own. But what happened was I'd started to resent my uterus, if you like, my womb, my reproductive system, like somehow it was being rejected. It had let me down. And what started to happen? Started to get gynae issues, big time gynae issues, that were coming into having MRI scans for cervical cancer. It was a scary time. I'd had those conversations. And when I come away from that relationship and worked on my own well-being, self-love, all the tools in my box came back to me. I sent love to me bits. You have to send love to your bits. It's all gone. It all just healed up. It just disappeared. There was all sorts going on. Endo, cysts, fibroids, adenomyosis, it's gone. So it's a beautiful place of love now, that, and that emotional weight dropped off me 2.5 stone, like that as well. So it was, to me, that was my last leg of learning for the toolbox to share with everybody else. So that little tip, don't berate yourself, your body's listening, and it's hurting from the inside out. That's your inner child that's listening to you. So quite often say, if you had a 7-year-old little girl or a little boy, if there's blokes watching, sat next to you now, would you really say to her the things that you're saying to yourself? Absolutely not. It makes you cringe. So stop it, because she's listening and it's hurting. And she's never gonna heal properly without that love. Kids need love to grow, and encouragement, and so do we. So you've got to say nice things to yourself. Don't even do it as a chore. Do it because you mean it. Do it because you believe it. Reprogram those limiting beliefs, those blocks, that lack of self-esteem into, you're a goddess. Women were rulers. Look at Cleopatra. Absolutely ruled the kingdom as a beautiful goddess, a woman of power. And that sort of disappeared over time, to the point when we were becoming white witches and burnt at the stake. And it's now coming back after this lockdown, well-being and bit of woo-woo. It's well-being is for every day. You're a human being, not a human doing. But do you know how to just be? To be present, to be aware, to be kind to yourself and to others, to be true to you. You're beautiful, unique. There's only one of you. self, authentic self, and to be happy. You're born happy. It's your divine right to be happy. These fear is a learned behavior. You know, when you were born happy. When you started to learn to walk, if you fell over, hopefully your parents never said to you, stupid Wally, get up, you idiot. Why do we do that to ourselves now? Oh God, I'm such an idiot. Cringe. Oh, I'm such a plonker, I can't do that. Oh, I'm so fat, I'm so thin, I'm thick, I'm this and that and the other. No, you're not. You're beautiful, you're unique, you're worthy, you matter, you're important, you deserve to be happy. So start working on you, for you. It's nobody else's business. You will never, ever, ever, ever have a relationship with anybody else as long as the one you're having with yourself. So you may as well love yourself. I made friends with me after divorce number 2 and I am my best friend, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Best thing I've ever done, believe in me, make friends with me, because I don't do anything now unless I'm happy. So I quite often say to people, is this overstepping my boundaries? Am I being a people pleaser? Am I doing something I really don't want to do for somebody else, or is this going to serve me? And if the answer is no, I will gracefully bow out to say, I'm sorry, that doesn't quite sit with me. I'm really busy at the moment. I'd love to support you. Perhaps we could help in another way. But I'm quite happy saying no. Quite happy saying no now. I'm walking away. You know, walking away is protecting your own energy. Saying no, walking away, releasing, letting go, taking yourself out of a situation, sending love ahead. If you've got Reiki, if you've got level 2, I'm a Reiki master teacher now. I teach all levels, but I do a refresher as well for people who have done their training some time ago and not done anything with it. Do not pay for a full training course for attunements again. Reiki never leaves you, it stays with you. And you can have a little refresher so that you can remember the symbols or remember the hand positions, or let your ego get out the way and have a practice. What do we need to do? Heal yourself first. Do your own self-healing on yourself. That's you learning to pick up on a body scan of how you're feeling as you go down your chakras. And if you keep doing that for yourself, when you come to do somebody else, you'll recognize the change in the energy in the body that you're working on as well. So Reiki is an amazing gift. You know, I also do digress, but I do a Reiki for parents and people who carers as well. People who don't. I found that people were coming through because they were needing Reiki because they were stressed with themselves, because they were looking after somebody and they felt helpless. So it's like, right, well, let's see if we can help the person you're looking after with some healing. And they'd say, oh, he never sleeps. He won't sleep. Be asleep in seconds. Like, how do you do that? I can teach you how to do that. Not to be a practitioner, but so that you can do that at home. You can run Reiki during a cuddle. It doesn't have to be lie in the bed. We've got half an hour. I'm going to do these hand positions, follow the chakras. You're having a cuddle with your child, soothing them, running Reiki as you sat next to them. And it's the most beautiful gift ever. And I've done Reiki in residential homes with people with complex ailments or end of life. And they could be non-verbal, but you make that connection, hold the hand, and then look through you as if you are an angel. The veil is so thin at that time of life. They can see beyond, and it is so comforting, so rewarding. But you could be I'm back at home now looking after, helping my dad look after my mum. She's on a dementia path. And just your energy in the room changes the vibration and frequency. But you can run that healing for them to help them as well. So there's lots of different uses to learning a healing modality. It doesn't have to be to make a living from it. It can be for your own self-care, or it can be for your loved ones as well. But one thing's for sure, it's pure love. It's pure love and light. It can never do any harm. It's coming from a place of love, with love, for love. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The vibration of love, gratitude, joy, appreciation is the highest healing hormone available to man. Highest available healing. So when you're in that lovely place and you're in your flow and your energy field has expanded, imagine each emotion having its own hormone chemical, and a happy hormone being love and healing. I picture chakra rays. If anybody done level 2, you'll know chakra ray symbol. I picture raindrops of hundreds and thousands of little tiny chakra rays running right through my energy layers to heal and release anything that's left there before I do healing. And you can expand your energy field to the size of the room, to the size of the building, or to the size of the galaxies in the universe. And that's popping yourself in a bubble of pure love and light that no harm can come through. Nothing can penetrate that halo, that pure bubble of love and light. You're floating. You know, if you're in a situation where you have to take yourself into a difficult situation, put yourself in that bubble of light first and expand it, and then go into that situation. But then when you come away, be sure to pop the bubble and let anything release before you take it home as well. Grounding and protecting, that's coming to me, that's hitting me. Grounding and protecting is huge. When we're working with our lovely clients, nobody ever comes to see me to tell me they're blissfully happy. So unfortunately, everything is being dumped. Yeah, let and go, release. That's what I'm here for. I've set the room up already. My beautiful healing hug, you know, coming to release it and let it go. But I never leave that room without cleansing, and I never enter that room without protecting. You know, you might do your sage and your clearing on your client first and after, but make sure you do it on you too. Yeah, make sure you do it on you too. And if you use crystals, you can use your crystals to do that. I have a beautiful selenite wand. And that selenite is pure love and light. It's great for spiritual connection. But for me, that's a rubber. So you can literally rub your energy field out with this wand, head to toe, and dump it, give it back to Mother Earth to transmute back into positive energy, and step away without taking on everything that individual has managed to release and let go. There's and a little example I use for that as well. Spider-Man. You remember the Spider-Man cartoon? I'm sure he's still out there, but my child's in the army now, 25. Spider-Man got his wrists and whoosh, shoots his web to the building, creates those cords. And if he wanted to, he would swing across to that building. But if he changed his mind and walked off, he'd be dragging those buildings around with him. And that's what we're doing with every thought we have. It's a cord to the trigger, the situation, the recall, the memory. Yeah. Be sure to cut those cords. Be sure to cut those cords, or you're dragging them around and you're collecting them in your energy layers. Every thought, every experience, everything you've ever had, this life and past life, unless you've released it and let it go, unless you want to keep hold of it, is sitting in one of those layers of your energy field. So when you do have this thought that creates this vision, that creates the emotion, and you hold that thought for 15 seconds, you might know this if you're into your law of attraction, you're gaining momentum. Your subconscious will say, I recognize this thought, we've been here before. It goes rummaging in those energy layers like old handbags. Here it is. Give you back a similar thinking thought. Hold it for another 15 seconds, and again, and down you go. Or up you go. It just works. The universal law just works, whether it's a happy thinking thought or not. So your happiness is within your control based on your awareness of what you're feeling is down to what you're thinking about or what you're telling yourself. And that's the cycle. So in your sessions, we work that tailored to your language, to your personal situation, so that you can start filling your toolbox with how to let go, how to release, how to forgive, how to move on with, I call them my dot to dots, you know, because self-love, people seem to think self-love, what is it? Oh, I have no time to run a bubble bath with some champagne and some candles and read a magazine and listen to nice music. I'm busy, don't you know? No, well, self-love is also protecting your energy. It's getting some fresh air, it's drinking some water, it's eating wholesome food, it's having a laugh now and again, it's allowed. It's, you know, taking that time out to breathe, or walking up the garden barefoot, listening to the birds, watching the clouds float by. taking yourself out of a toxic situation. Or if that's not within your control, making sure you can control how you respond to it afterwards. So what do you do when you've walked out of that meeting at work and you've just been slated because your sales are just nowhere near they need to be? Again, been there, been in corporate sales. We're never ever focused on how well we've done this week. It's how much we missed the mark by and what we still need to do and how bad was this. It's not very motivating, is it? But if you then take yourself off to the bathroom, wash your hands, and affirm, I release and let go of the negative vibration associated with that meeting. Watch it go down the drain with the soap, and you've let that go. You've released it. The same as you would do in your shower, washing your hair. Do you remember the Herbal Essence adverts? I don't know if they're still on. I don't watch telly. When the shampoo smells so gorgeous and she's like the goddess in the shower making all those noises. That was so clever, that marketing, but it's pretty true. That's cleansing. And you think about that the next time you're in there, instead of using the time before you're getting ready to go to work or out for your day going, oh my God, I need to do this, that and the other, and you've just done it automatically. Actually step into that shower and affirm, I release and let go of any and all low vibrational energy that no longer serves my highest good. They are so at the top of my head, and feel it. There's so washing it down the drain and let it go and release it. I've done a lot of talking there. Are we doing okay?
You know what? It's just fascinating to hear you talk. So, when you're done, we'll just be guided by you, Michelle, because you are an absolute breath of fresh air, and your energy is infectious. You can feel it flowing through you to us on the screen. So yeah, no, if that's where you're happy to leave that, then that's fine. But if you've got more to say, please. So tell us a little bit more about what you said that when a client would come to you, you would then just organically let the process happen. You wouldn't sort of have any predetermined ideas in terms of what healing you would give. You would just
Yeah, I think that's come with time, because
yeah.
initially you have that initial conversation, and you start thinking about, okay, what could that be? And you hold a consultation appointment if we're going into emotional guidance, and I'm asking certain questions. Now I tend to put that down and I'm just reading energy and feeling and knowing what that therapy plan needs to look like going forward for that individual. And most of the time it's never mind, come back, you've had your consultation, come back next time, we'll start with the healing. It's jump on the bed now, I need to get my hands on you. It's fine.
That could be taken the wrong way sometimes.
I say that jokingly because of the rich divorce. No, seriously. Yeah. it's sometimes, if that's what that I couldn't bring all that to the surface. This is what happens. The minute somebody is reaching out, they've already had that time frame of churn and the thought processes, and I feel I need that and I can't cope. There's been a period of time already. So the fact that they've actually reached out is great. Then they've plucked up the courage to make that call or send that email. They're then having a conversation. Then they've got to wait for the appointment to come about. By the time they arrive at that appointment, all this has been coming to the surface subconsciously, and it's just tipping as it comes out. And a lot of it is, and I think, great, that's what we need. Let it come, let me read, because I'm interested in obviously what the story is, but I'm more paying attention to the emotions around it, how it makes you feel, what we need to do to let it go, how deep is that hurt. Yeah. Song in there somewhere. So I'm looking then straight away as being, right, okay, we either need to do some breath work to calm that down, to give your body kind. You're in fight flight and you've been stuck there for so long. Now, before you leave this building, I want you to feel that you are calmer, more relaxed. You've got faith that things are going to get better, and you're not alone. You're being held in a safe space, and you've got a little tool that you can use yourself at home in the meantime before you come back again. So you might do some breath work and some visualization. Visualization's big, but every single person that walks through the door is completely different. So there's not one solution suits all people or all problems. So you've got to start somewhere. And I think over time, because my toolbox has got so big, if you look at my website, it's like, oh, what am I booking in for? That's why I started it now with like, just have a free chemistry call, 15 minutes. I can tell you what kind of things that I do. You can get a feel for whether we could work together, book
Yeah.
a consultation, and we'll go from there, because nothing's set in stone. So we might be working on the emotional guidance side of things. We might be working on some healing. We might combine the two. We might go after that. We might go down a hypnotherapy route. Hypnotherapy might not for you, so we'll teach you some emotional freedom tapping, which is amazing, absolutely fantastic. I run that as a workshop and include it in the weight loss program as well as a bonus, because you can tap on anything and everything.
Yeah.
But all along this, I'm teaching you the mindset of what I'd said earlier, how it works energetically, where those thoughts, what happens when you're saying those things, what is your body hearing and how is it responding? And then how do we work with that going forward to the point where we're reframing, we're changing those limiting beliefs, we are releasing, we're letting go, and we're forgiving, so that you can walk away and know that if you do the Spider-Man thing and bring those cords back,
Yeah.
you know how to get yourself back out of it. It's changing your vibrational frequency. Yeah, your thoughts have a vibrational frequency. Your words have a stronger vibrational frequency. If you think of an opera singer that can smash a glass, but your emotions have the strongest vibrational frequency. So you can be going to say your affirmation for the day, but your limiting belief in
You're
your
not
emotions
you're not feeling it. It's
in
all
that.
about
So
feeling.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So sometimes people can get very frustrated with the law of attraction. It's like, I know it's possible and I keep saying all these things, but nothing's happening. Can you teach me how to do it? It's like, see that vibration of lack,
Yeah.
that is putting you in resistance. You don't manifest anything from resistance. So the first thing you need to do is do some work to release, to like go, to calm, to lift your vibrational frequency to a happier thinking thought place, and then do your manifesting and your affirmations from there. So it's those, I call it my step 2, because we have our low vibrational energy and our high vibrational energy, and women tend to go, don't be nice to me, I'll be fine, I'll just wash my face, I'll pull my sleeves up, I'll battle on, and off I go.
Yeah.
Taking action, well, that's just like holding a cork underwater. The minute you let go, it's going to pop up again. So your body's going to go, oi, I told you you were tired. You can't keep doing this. You ignored me. I'm giving you a headache. Battle on, battle on, battle on. Oi, I'm giving you a sore throat. Battle on, battle on. Right, you've got a flu. Battle on, battle on. Right, you're ill, and your body will take control of you. If you're not listening to it, it will take control, and you don't want that. You don't want to be poorly. Negative thought patterns is a disruption in the body's energy flow. If that continues, it will build and it will sit in those energy layers as stored negative emotion trapped in the body. Okay, so your chakras are off balance, everything's to cock. You're not feeling right at all. If you don't work on that, if you keep ignoring it and releasing and not doing any release or let go or healing, it will manifest over time as an ailment or a disease, not just an ache or pain. Disease is a body not at ease. So it's really, 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 really key that you look after your well-being.
Yeah.
Because
This is
your
where
well,
Louise Hay is so amazing, isn't it? Because she will pinpoint
yeah,
who
yeah,
in her book, she will pinpoint where the disease originated. She will
yeah,
give the affirmations to write it and things like this.
yeah,
But it's interesting because I don't know if you would agree with this, Michelle, but I think when you're manifesting or you're trying to manifest something and you're like feel like you're bashing your head against the wall and you're thinking, well, I'm doing all the things, I'm saying the affirmations, I've got my vision board set up, I've got this, I've got that, I've got the other, but it's just not happening for me. The way that I see this is that we have a subconscious, like a ticker tape thing. I don't know if you're old enough, but I remember when the sports results used to come on the TV on a Saturday afternoon, and the football results would come across a little ticker tape across the bottom of the screen, and it
yeah,
would be the football results. And I think that our brains work in that way. You're not actually looking at that ticker tape most of the time, but it's always running. And if
Yeah.
you're not aware of
Underlying.
the quality of your thoughts, your underlying thoughts, you might be outwardly saying, well, I'm doing my vision board and I'm doing my affirmations, and I've got really clear on what it is that I want to manifest. Why isn't it coming? It's because you're not believing it's there for you. You're not
Yeah.
in alignment with that energy, are you?
Yeah. Alignment is the key.
Alignment
Absolutely.
is the
It's got
key.
to be in alignment. Yeah. For the energy to flow, for you to be in your flow, for your energy layers to be expanding, ready and open, ready to receive. You can't do that from a place of resistance. That's that point completely. That vibrational frequency of resistance is closed.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. You cannot do it. So where that subconscious that's being so obedient, giving you what you ask for, you've got to be really careful what you ask for. That's where that comes from. Be careful what you wish for, because
Yeah.
if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you'll always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always get.
Yeah.
It's true. It's absolutely true. So think about what you're trying to do, what you're thinking about, how you're doing it. What vibrational frequency are you in? Are you in flow? Do you
Yeah.
believe it? Are you smiling? Have you got butterflies? Does it feel fantastic? Are you in an attitude of gratitude? Are you on a roll, buzzing? You know that energy. It's like Springer Spaniel in you. It bounces out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or are you in a lower vibration? Be honest. Be absolutely honest. Vision boards are amazing. I do a vision board workshop as well, and I've seen it's very, you know what, you sort of sit there and go, oh, it's cutting out, it's like being a big kid. But there's the pre-course material that's really deep, because sometimes you really don't know what you want. So we have to work on, well, what is it you don't want? What is it you're changing? And we split this up into health, career, whatever, family, whatever you want to do. And we're looking at each area. So, if you're poorly, you want to be well. If you're not very well off, you want to be abundant, and so on. So then you actually start listing, what do you want to change? That vibrational energy goes where attention flows. That low vibration can trigger those emotions. So it's like, right, these are your limiting blocks. What's coming up is your limiting beliefs, and this is where we need to work on them. So let's
Yeah.
get some affirmations thrown in to your vision board and pop them on there as well. But it's fabulous when you put them where you can see them and it's reflecting back at you. The energy that went into it's coming back at you, and that's what's drawing the attraction of the higher vibrational energy to you. I swear by a vision board. But these
Yeah.
days you can do them on Pinterest. You can have it as your
You can.
screensaver.
Yeah, I've got a story about vision boards though, because the first time that I ever did mine, I did it thinking, oh right, well, what should I have? Oh, I should have this, I should have that. And I created this vision board with things that I didn't actually want. And when nothing was coming to me, I was thinking, I've done something a bit wrong. I mean, this is going back long time ago. I thought, oh, I've done something wrong here. Why isn't this working? And when I actually went in and got in touch with myself, it was because the things that I'd put on there were what I thought other people would expect me to want. And they weren't.
Mm,
It wasn't
yeah,
mine. And as soon as you start to really connect with what it is that you do want, and that gets reflected on your vision board, then that's when the magic starts and when these things start to happen. But
absolutely.
it does all start with feelings, doesn't it, Michelle? It's all
Yeah,
about how we put our feelings and our energy out there and what we
yeah,
align with, and you get back what you give out. I mean, we know this, like matches like.
yeah,
Your frequency is picked up by the universe and returned to you. So it's all about getting that frequency to where you want to actually receive back.
yeah.
And you sound like you have a whole massive load of tools to tweak it and get it really on par, so that your energy is just I could sit and listen to you for the next 10 hours. I think you are so passionate, and your healing does come through you, because you have that way of just generating this beautiful energy. I'm so grateful, and I know that our listeners are going to really resonate with this session and thoroughly enjoy it. So just tell us, we're going to put all the details in, but just tell us what your website is, in case anybody just wants to, can't wait and goes and has a look.
Okay, so the website is on the screen there, angelicyou.co.uk. You
Got
see
you.
it under my name there, yeah. I'm available online as well as in person, you know, a group or individual.
Where's your most prevalent platform? Are you Facebook or Instagram, or where do you
Facebook. I have a group. You're more than welcome to join. It's completely free. It's called Angelic You, YOU. I post so many videos, hints, tips, links, all sorts in there, and have done for, well, I started that group just in lockdown to give support videos, so it's not that old. But the Facebook page, Angelic Healing You, has been around for like 6 years. There's a lot of content on there. But I have a YouTube channel now. So it's not a case of, oh, I've got a YouTube channel, subscribe to me. It's actually out of ease because videos can be so big to upload and transfer. If you pop them on a YouTube platform, you can transfer them dead easy from the links. But that it's built now, there's like 110 videos on there of hints and tips. So that's Angelic Healing as well. So
Angelic
you
Healing
can
is your
reach me.
YouTube.
My phone number is 07584 323 620. So you can WhatsApp me if you like.
There
No
we are.
problem.
There's lots
Yeah.
of ways to get in touch with you then, aren't there? If anybody's feeling called to connect with you, there's lots of ways to do so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just absolutely, I'm just bowled over that you came and took the time to speak to us this evening. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
very much. It's been absolutely fascinating, and I think we will connect on another level at another time, because I think you are just incredible, and I'm so grateful. And I know everybody here will want me to pass their thanks.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
really
All
appreciate
right
that.
then.
Oh,
So there
no.
we are, 888 Club. That's March's guest speaker, the lovely Michelle Louise, who has already told you why she's called Michelle Louise. So if she can help you at all, if there's anything that you would like to ask her, you can see her from her personality that she would be very amenable to answering your questions. So just reach out to her, and I'm going to leave it there for this evening, but thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us. It's been an absolute gift and a joy to welcome you tonight. And to everybody who's watching on replay, I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.